This new film shows a powerful story about memory, resilience, and the unexpected connections that can change a life. The Optimist is based on a remarkable true story and follows a man who carried a deeply personal secret for decades until an unlikely friendship with a young woman helps him find the courage to share his truth. Joining us is Stephen Lang, who portrays Herbert in the film. Stephen, it is such a pleasure to have you with us. This story is inspired by real events. What drew you to Herbert and to share his life?
I was sent this story, asked to play Herbert. I was absolutely delighted to say yes. For one thing, it's a role. I wouldn't say the type of role because it's quite unique, but I'd never been asked to play a man quite like this. It was very, very different. And the story itself is an important story. Herbert Heller survived the Holocaust. He survived the death camp at Auschwitz. And of course, survivors are becoming few and far between just because of natural aging at this point. So Holocaust stories are important to tell in order for us to remember. His story is quite unique, or maybe not so unique in the sense that he hid the truth. He did not speak about his experiences in the death camp for over 60 years. He burned the concentration camp number, off his arm, and he never told anyone what he had gone through, including his own wife. It was only when he reached the kind of maturity in his 70s that he was able to speak out, that he felt motivated and felt it was important to speak out, which he did. And the filmmaker, Finn Taylor, who wrote and directed this film, took this story and he combined it with a story of a young woman, played by Elsie Fisher, who's going through her own trauma, terrible trauma, personal trauma. And somehow when these two characters connect, they're able to tell their stories to each other. And in so doing are able to, bring about a sense of healing to themselves and to each other. So to me, those are powerful themes that I wanted to work with.
Fascinating. Now, how did you approach playing a man who's carried such a painful secret for decades?
Well, first of all, I wanted to honor the man himself because he has a lot of family around, and I didn't want them looking at it and saying, that's not my grandfather. And so I did watch a good bit of video and tape on Herbert to hear his voice and to watch the way he moved. That was, and then you just begin to hopefully incorporate that into your work. And aside from that, I just did the work that one does. I used my imagination. And I approached the script, with simplicity, just trying to be honest and be in the moment to tell the story, because the script was strong, the words were strong.
Now, I have to say, the heart of the film is this unlikely friendship between Herbert and Abby. What makes that relationship so powerful?
They've come to a point in their lives where they need to speak truth, their own truth, and somehow they enable each other to do it. I think it's because they sense each other's vulnerability. They see the open wound that both of them carry, and I'm talking about emotional and psychological wounds, and in Abby's case, an actual wound. And so they are attracted to each other just intuitively, it seems to me, as we can help, she can help me, I can help her, without ever saying that to each other. Because sometimes what he's doing to hear her story is actually just deflecting his own story, because his is hard to tell. And she does the same. But gradually, as they kind of tiptoe towards each other, they're able to open up, So it's a story of a friendship. They do what friends do for each other. They help each other.
Stephen, thank you so much for sharing this beautiful and important story with us. We appreciate you being here.
Well, thanks very much. Nice to be here.